Yes, it is time for Mainland Focus on 98.3 Mainland FM. Time check right now is 8:40 a.m. And what we usually do on Mainland Focus is we pick one or two more major trending stories, and then we open up the full line for you to be a part of the conversation. And today, of course, the focus, or yes, the major topic today is the 10th National Assembly. It was quite an interesting one yesterday. The voting process especially, was quite an interesting one for me to observe, especially when we got to the lower chamber, the green chamber, where they had the open voting, and then people had to stand up and say, I vote for, and, people coming forward to say, oh, my heart, is for someone, however, don't be angry. This person, I don't know why
that was. I will not read that person again.
I don't know why that was necessary. Just vote for who you want to vote for. Why your
heart is for me?
Why the clarification? Why do you think the clarification was necessary? I don't know. Maybe there were conversations behind the doors, and then he had said, "Oh, don't worry, I'm for you."
No, I'll say something to you. That's what is called political bargaining.
in the open air.
Don't worry. Off radio we'll talk about.
All right, well, it was quite an interesting one. By that man from the Labour Party. But then, as FUHAD also mentioned, that one would think that all the Labour Party, members elect will come together and say, let's vote for this person. All the members elect of the PDP will even if they didn't all work together as an opposition because they had the numbers. But then one would think that each party would adopt
I knew that would not happen. No,
I knew. Person.
I knew it would not happen. I said it now that look, at the end of the day, it will be about who can bargain the more, who has the financial muscle. Because I think some of the candidates too also talked about the issue of money. That look,
money, sooner spending.
Look, there has to be somebody who can really, do the game, play the game, and
we were not there. We were not there, but I mean, Abuja must have been amazing yesterday. Someone said that the noise that they were expecting from a certain person's residence, they did not hear the noise after the elections.
The Akpabio senators were well branded. I also saw that. You had the muffler I stand with, so there was no mistaking who was voting for Godswill Akpabio and Barao Jibrin. It was all clear.
I saw Yayi there.
Yeah, Yayi was a major, these were the people, playing the game for the president, and I think at the House of Reps, Yayi is always a Tinubu boy. And I think at the House of Reps, to Bajabi,
was fully on ground.
Anything that will happen today, I go see him.
Okay.
But to the glory of God, we have the 10th National Assembly inaugurated. We can only hope for the best. Tinubu boys are in charge now. And let's see the dividends of democracy.
That's it. But then, speaking as regards Tinubu boys are in charge now, it's not like we're celebrating it, but that is just the reality of things on ground. The way it was planned. Let's not forget, let's backtrack a bit to before the APC micro-zoned to individuals. There was the conversation that the chairman of the party said we are waiting for the president to come back and then make his choice. There was a lot of conversation as regards
around the president,
around the influence of the president as regards who becomes what in the National Assembly, and why should the executive be so heavily influential in the leadership of the legislative. So that is why we're having a conversation as regards Tinubu boys, because then we had the G7.
The papers
they had their own
reported it that way. So
they had their own aspirations as well. But then at the end of the day, they went around and on that day they voted for the APC's choice. And even the papers, just as Fuad mentioned, also reported it that way. You have the Punch reporting it as Tinubu's candidates, and then you have the Guardian reporting that Tinubu's men, lead 10th National Assembly.
But I like the courage of Abdulaziz Yari.
Forging ahead, and he did quite well.
I like principled people,
Fuad, if we look at it, I think if you look at it, he did quite well.
It was a good contest.
He had 46, which is
not a very bad showing.
It's not a bad showing. Where you have Akpabio having 63, and then you have Yari, having who supposedly a first timer and all of that, having 46. Votes. I think to a certain extent he did well.
He did well, and I like the fact that he congratulated the winner.
He had good sportsmanship, exactly.
That's beautiful.
He congratulated, the winner Akpabio, and let's move on now. At the end of the day, it's all for national interest and all of that. However, we're having a conversation now, since we have the terms going round, Tinubu's candidates, Tinubu's men, what are the expectations now that we have presiding officers for the 10th National Assembly? They have emphasized that they are not going to be rubber stamp. They will work with the president. They have promised. They have emphasized. They have said it that we are still going to do our job as regards checks and balances. They will work with the president in transparency, with accountability. That is what both Akpabio and Abbas have said. But then, what are the expectations now that we have presiding officers for the 10th National Assembly? A lot of people will say that the 9th National Assembly was a nightmare that we are thankful is over. So what do you expect from the 10th composition? What agenda will you set for them as a Nigerian now? Because they are representing us.
Yeah.
That's the truth of the matter. They are representatives of the Nigerian people. What should be their major focus? What should be the major focus now that we have a 10th national? All of them have been inaugurated. Now, as they said, I'm quoting, let's kick the ground running.
Yeah.
So, how hopeful are we for a vibrant and independent National Assembly? Tinubu's boys, Tinubu's candidates, Tinubu's men. Okay, fine, there's going to be synergy, but how transparent, how accountable to the national interest of the people, how would it be, as regards the National Assembly? So how hopeful are we for a vibrant and independent National Assembly? And what are your views on the new National Assembly leadership? Before we move forward, I also would like to, because I'm also interested in the spread as regards national unity. I'm interested in the spread. We have here, it's on the front page of the Guardian newspaper. We have the president, Bola Tinubu, Southwest. We have Kashim Shettima, Vice President, Northeast. We have Senator Godswill Akpabio, Senate President, South. We have his deputy, Jibrin Barau, Northwest. We have Tajuddin Abbas, Northeast, the Speaker of the House of Representatives. And then we have Benjamin Kalu, the Deputy Speaker from the Southeast. Now, also, how do you look at that spread? If you look at, the three arms, the major arms of government, where you have the CGN is also from the Southwest, fair enough. Or just as FUHAD also mentioned, should we just look forward to what will be the composition of the ministerial, appointments as well? So a lot of things to have a conversation around as regards the 10th National Assembly. But more importantly, how do we ensure that we have a vibrant and independent, not a rubber stamp, National Assembly? 0913 6000 410. FUHAD, do you like to add anything?
No. Basically, again, I'm hopeful. Again, we have no choice as Nigerians. We just have to keep hope alive. We have a renewed hope agenda before us, and we can only hope that the dividends of democracy would come eventually. It's good that we have a National Assembly now that seems positioned to work well with the executive, because the argument has always been that, look, the Saraki era was a major waste of 4 years because they were logized with the executive. Now that we have an assembly that is probably positioned to work with the executive, we are hoping that we're going to have a robust conversation about legislative procedures, legislative frameworks that would engender development again in the country. There's a lot that we need to talk about when it comes to the structure of the country. That is also very important, the structuring of the country. And we're hoping that this 10th Assembly will look into that part. That's, for me, the major agenda for them. How do we properly restructure the country to practice what is called true federalism? If they can give us that, Sandra, we have the foundation to build on.
And let's move on from there.
Yeah.
All right. 0913 6000 410. 0913 6000 410. That's the number to call. For text messages and WhatsApp messages is 0913 6000 430. 0913 6000 430. You can also drop your comments on our Facebook and YouTube live chat. We take comments there on air as well. All right, so you can watch the show live and drop your comments there at Mainland 98.3 FM. We're live on Facebook and YouTube at Mainland 98.3 FM. You can drop your comments there. We had some comments from Trends in the Papers earlier on, so you can drop your comments there now as well. Thank you very much, Ajiye Taiwo from Láti Ojuore Ota.
Ojuore
Ota. All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Taiwo Ajie from Ojuore Ota. Thank you. We appreciate. So, yes, just as well, you can drop your comments on our Facebook and YouTube Live. Let's start the conversation. Time check right now is 8:50 a.m. My name is OMOBOLA Sandra. I have FUHAD SAHEED here with me in the studio. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Patrick Okoro from Ikorodu.
All right.
Mr. Saheed, you say 4 years of Saraki is a waste. No, it's not waste.
I said the assumption.
The
don't misquote me
of
again
4
of
years
some people.
Saraki.
Please, always listen and don't misquote me, please. I said the assumption of people was a waste.
All right. Please, Mr. Sandra, when you're talking about South and Northwest, some Nigeria didn't understand. Just say the way they understand. You know, just say they are from, what is it called? Say that they are from North, West, East. But if you are starting displaying all this North and Southwest, some people will not understand where they come from.
We have 6 geopolitical zones. We have 6.
Yeah, some people will not understand. I'm just talking.
That's why I'm here to help
to
and to inform and to educate. Okay, so if they don't understand, then I can break it down.
So come to the election understand, but expecting to do more justice to accommodate his colleagues. You know, not be shutting them down just like Lawal do to the other old man, 83-year-old man. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Patrick. Okay, so maybe we should help Mr. Patrick out. Let's break these things down. All right, we will break it down. So just stay with us as regards, the 6 geopolitical zones that we have, the states under each geopolitical zones, so we can have a clearer understanding. All right, so we'll break it down. Don't worry, just stay with us. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Yeah, Moses from Isono.
Okay, please go ahead.
Well, it really shows the political sagacity is moving for 4 years. By Super Tucano, they will impede it in the house just because they want to grandstand and make a mess. They won't find budget on time. It will take 7 months filibustering, making civil servants suffer unnecessarily. And you put presidency, I don't get it. You are not to be a loggerhead. You have the same party. If you want checks and balances, then vote in the opposition because that's what's right elsewhere. Most times in America, as in the paradigm of presidential system, you have some a party at the center, and most likely you have the opposition in the house, legislators. So that's why you have the checks and balances. So when you have the same political party and you are doing something against your party's manifesto and you think you are doing violence, I don't get it. Anyway, I think Fabio would do well. He had a kind of record back in Akwa Ibom. I visited Akwa Ibom when he was there, and I have reason to believe that he should do well. That they work in synergy to help the Nigerians. Does not make them, I don't even want to use that because it's overused. But the truth is that each half of government, they know their roles. After they will one day become the man that will call order as a commanding the armed forces, he can't do that. Either with Tinubu, or they say, okay, I have to find a budget of my own without ratification from the house. He can't appoint ministers by fiat. They have to pass through the house. So I wonder what we are looking towards. So they should be fighting because fighting is the thing that will be sensational. I don't get it. Anyway, they are men of opposition, and as I said, this has shown that Tinubu has the political nuance. He knows his onions. Even apart, he had it way. And as I said, and I'll keep saying, we are in for something really great under this ban. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you very much, Mr. Moses. Appreciate your breakdown right there. Also, hello. Good morning. Please turn down the volume of your radio set. Thank you very much.
Good morning, Sandra.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, it's Joe from Bariga.
Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Joe.
Fred, if we had listened to Mele Kieri last time, he said our oil output export is 1.6. But I'm hearing this morning 1.2 conflicting stories. How do we tackle the oil output there?
That's why I had to break it down.
That we have different
figures. Because OPEC said, okay, we did 1.2. The budget, the total overall budget of 2023, yes, well, it was 1.6. Yeah. And then the OPEC quota is 1.8. And then we have NUPRC saying that we produced 1.4.
Let's just say we are doing over 1 million. Let's
no, Fred, it did not understand my question.
I understand you.
Information.
Yes.
No. Last time Melek Yari told us it's 1.6. You remember when he was
Mr. Joe, there are already so many doubts about a lot of the things that Melek Yari has said. So I just think that we allow the new government dig into the NNPC. Let's see what the direction they're going to create. A new direction.
Okay, my dear. Okay.
There's been a lot of inconsistencies. Yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you
very much. Well, it's because of the inconsistencies that we keep asking questions. How? Why? Where? How? When? So many questions that we can ask as regards.
But that's not the focus.
There's not the focus. Neither is Nigeria Air. But so help us all. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, we're with you. Hello? I think we lost that.
Hello, Sandra.
Good morning, Mr. Peter.
Good morning, my sister. How are you?
Oh, well, thank you very much.
Oga FUHAD, how are you there?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Oga. Let me quickly ask one question before I tell you what I expect of this 10th assembly. We said that the man that was the runner-up congratulated Akpabio. Why did he congratulate Akpabio? Why did he not argue with him? Why did he not take Akpabio to court until the court will decide who is the winner? Do you have any answer to that?
Well, the election was, for me, to the largest extent fair and fair. There was really no... And I think it's a choice. It's just his own choice to do that. He could have done something else. So I think we leave it at the choice of Mr. Yari. He decided to do that, so it's just his own choice.
Thank you very much. I think I just want to add there that, like you said, the election was open, it was fair, it was free, and everybody saw it to be that way. So there was no need that Pablo would have said, go to court. I think that we will discuss that another day. I know where I'm going. But my expectation, please, the first thing, if they will listen to us, if anybody will carry this message to them, is to work on this constitution we are having now. And let me give you the aspect of the constitution I am not happy with. If you have won election on a particular party platform, whether you are a governor, you are a senator, you are a president, once you decamp, you should drop their mandate. I don't want a situation where, like what happened in Cross River, and then Omani, where the judge said what Ben Ayade did was immoral. I call it immoral, but that the constitution did not spell out penalty. And they left him to go with PDP mandate to APC, and they were now calling Cross River APC state. So I want that aspect of the constitution to be worked on, so that when you become, you drop everything that belongs to that party. And then wherever you go, you are not answering the name of that party any longer. That's what, so that the corporate must be punished. You don't carry somebody's house and go to another company, or carry somebody's car and go to another company and go and be bragging there. I think I won't want to talk much, but for me, that's the aspect of the constitution I want them to work on and change that. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. The people who would work on the constitution are there already, and we have leadership there. So hopefully they'll be able to do something as regards that. Let's not forget that we're live on Facebook at Mainland 98.3 FM. We're live on YouTube at Mainland 98.3 FM. So you can drop your comments on the live chat section as well. All right, the focus is as regards the expectations of the 10th National Assembly leadership. Hello. Oh, we lost that one. All right. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Sandra.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Sam.
Good morning, sir.
Your people are doing great work.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, Mr. calling from Papa.
All right, sir.
Okay, I want to say something about, the sharing of the position in the federal level. Maybe the essence of this person will come from my region is not balanced. When people are talking something like this, I don't believe that somebody from my region is there for me to enjoy the dividends of democracy. But it's all about maybe better person is there to deliver the dividends to the people. So saying that I think it's my personal, I tell that my brother don't have to be there for me to enjoy that dividends of democracy. let the other person be there. If it is Northerners, we sit there and we get what we want. Let them be there. If it is the West, let them be there. But the issue of let this side come. My brother may be there, he will not go to deliver. That's the truth. So, the issue of somebody from this side, yes, it's good to balance it, but I don't believe in that. That's my own opinion. So let the better person, someone that can deliver to Nigerians, that's the most important thing. Let them occupy the offices and let God help, let this government deliver. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Well balanced. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Pastor Peter.
Yeah, FUHAD and Madam Sid, God bless all of you.
Good morning, sir.
Yes. On the issue of focus this morning, well, what I will say is that we welcome this new assembly with very, very cautious optimism. Very cautious. Because we have been burnt before. And my biggest fear and reservation is that the man chosen as the head of the national president of the Senate, Mr. Fabio, he must realize that Nigerians are looking at him with a lot of skepticism because of his antecedents. This off your mic issue. Nobody can forget that. And when you remember this incident of off your mic, it means what it signifies is that somebody has something to hide. So we would like him to first of all clear the air on the issue of off your mic. Why did he ask them to off his mic? So that he can restore confidence in Nigerians that this one has nothing.
He was not the one that made that statement off your mic. They were telling him to off his own mic. It was not him that said off the mic here.
Okay, sorry.
Minister off your mic.
He was the minister then, so they were telling him to off his mic.
It was minister off your mic.
Okay, all right. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
But well, we welcome them with a cautious optimism, as I say. But to give Nigerians hope and restore confidence in the National Assembly as a whole, we expect them to take the first step of reducing their emolument by half. Because nothing justifies the present situation where the members of the National Assembly, especially the Senate, earn 1.5 million a month as basic salaries. When the lecturers in our universities are earning not even one quarter of that, it is not acceptable to Nigerians.
All right,
because
Peter.
Yes, the lecturers are more important to us than the National Assembly members. Right. So they should reduce their emolument. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Pastor Peter.
Yeah.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Mr. John.
John from OMOBOLA.
All right.
I think the president and the Senate pledged that they will be at the side of the people in discharging their duties. I would say talk is cheap. Let them walk the talk. Sure. As far as I said it all there, that we should not leave this issue of governance to these people alone. We all have rules to perform, both the media, the judiciary, the presidency. So we should know that to leave this issue of governance in the hands of these people, it's a big problem. Just like we have had in the National Assembly, of which they are rubber staff. There's nothing wrong to be a rubber staff if the president comes up with policy that will benefit the people. But when the president comes up with policy that does not benefit people, and everybody is keeping quiet because they are in the same political in the same party, I think it's unacceptable. But because they don't have principle and ideology, just like you have said, that they are after their interest. Honestly, if not, all these things will not be happening. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. John from Ogba. This is Mainland 98.3 FM. You're on to Mainland Focus, and the focus this morning is the expectations of the 10th National Assembly to seeing how they can ensure, or we can ensure, that they remain a vibrant and independent National Assembly. We have a message on Facebook from Sunday Daniel saying, "Good morning, Mainland FM. I missed this station badly when I traveled. Oh, it's good to have you back. But don't forget, you can actually listen to Mainland 98.3 FM on Radio Garden. Download the app, listen to on Radio Garden. Also, we'll soon be live on our website at www.mainlandfm.com. We'll be live, so anywhere you are in the world, you can just go to our website and listen to your favorite shows.
But anywhere in Nigeria, you can listen to us.
But anywhere in Nigeria, you can listen to us on Radio Garden at Mainland on Radio Garden. Just download the app and have it. But then, also on Facebook, we're live on most of our shows, so wherever you are, you can watch the program live and drop your comments there as well. All right, so still on Sunday Daniel's message, I want the government to tackle insecurities in the country so federal staff will be confident to work in any part of the country. Lagos is overcrowded today because of insecurities in some parts of the country. Very good one. Also, we have Joshua from Oregon saying that, "Good morning. I seriously want to support the motion of working of our constitution. As FUHAD will always say, the election process are not over till the cases in court are concluded. So why do we inaugurate someone when election is not yet over? Secondly, I would like to say that this without any fear of contradiction, that we have only one arm of government in Nigeria, because the executive determines whatever that happens in this country. Imagine what happens at the Senate House when a senator said he's so influenced, his wife, which happens to be a judge. So if a senator can do that, how many judges are being influenced in this country? Thank you very much, Joshua. Well, you mentioned some realities, but then there's one thing that we need to reiterate, or we need to reinstate, is the fact that we do have three arms of government. We have the executive, which comprises of the president and the presidency. We have the legislative, which is the upper chamber and the lower chamber, that's National Assembly, and then we have the judiciary, where we have the CJN. So if we have overlapping of functions, or we have synergies that is so tight that you can't see the line
if it's for the good of the people
anymore.
Really,
No, but then that's what I'm saying, that if we have a synergy that is so tight that you can't even see the line, that is separating them.
But I think people must understand that the first principles of having three arms of government is for the sake of checks and balances. Every other thing comes secondary. The reason why people that created that arrangement did it in the first place was to enshrine the principles of checks and balances. And to Mr. Moses was talking about being in the same party, you can't work at cross purposes. Look, the reality is that you can be in the same party and still ensure that the good of the people is your own interest. Your first allegiance should be to the people, not to the party.
National interest first
before political party interest.
It's okay. Thank you very much. Also, Abiodun Kokoredi, thank you very much. We see you. We are waving to you as well. All right, let's see. We have text messages and WhatsApp messages. We'll be back to phone calls in a bit. Thank you very much. This is Mainland 98.3 FM, and we are the sound of Lagos. Awolo Christopher from Shogunle saying the 10th National Assembly may not do better than the one before it because of the Jagaban factor. If President Bola Tinubu can bulldoze his way to nomination, same fate ticket, election, anything he wants from the National Assembly will be a walkover.
No, I don't think so.
He said the National Assembly will. Okay. As for national spread, it has long been thrown out. The will of the most powerful prevails. Sandra, thanks. I was away from Lagos. Oh yeah. You're welcome back, Mr. Christopher. Thank you very much. But he had to say his own thoughts, which is of course welcome and entitled. I sincerely commiserate with people of Kwara State for this tragedy.
So sad.
And may the Almighty God forgive all the deceased shortcomings. On the emergence of Senator Akpabio and Honorable Tajudeen, I think President Tinubu has again proven that he is a seasoned politician.
No doubt.
Though a lot of taxpayers' money might have went underground.
We don't know.
I pray they succeed. Chika Bende from Trade Fair. From Trade Fair, you see what's happening in Abuja. It's okay.
He's speculating.
Good morning, Ajibola from Surulere. You said it already. The makeup of the National Assembly is... No, we did not say that. There's nowhere we said that. Did we say the makeup is rubber stamp? No, we did not. All right. Secondly, the spread of the sharing of office has the North Central missing out, whilst the Northeast gets 2 slots. Spread not entirely, even if we're going to start that conversation. God bless Nigeria and Nigerians. Ajibola from Surulere, thank you very much. Good morning, Sandra and FUHAD. This is Godwin from Ilasa. Mediocrity as manifested by our politician is quite worrisome. Just imagine the Labour guy coming up with such statement. Who sent them? Our new speaker who couldn't manage his home front.
Who says? What happened there was just, it's a normal thing for, I don't know.
Fuad is a married man. He should understand better. I don't have
anything. I'm a
anything.
Muslim, so I understand what polygamy
I don't have
can
anything
bring
to say.
sometimes. So it's not really anything too serious.
Yes, I just feel like, as a woman, I'm just happy. I'm excited. My husband.
And that's not enough to say he doesn't manage his own fronts well. What we saw was just, women can be a bit dramatic. It was just a bit of drama.
Some women can be a bit dramatic.
Most women are very dramatic.
Some women can be all right, but then, that's just me.
You know yourself.
It's okay. But, he's saying, our new speaker, while coming out to manage the nation, will not lose hope. Having Tinubu boys at the helms of the 2-chamber troubles my mind, considering what we experienced with Lawan and Buhari.
Most importantly, Sandra, something came across my mind now. If not for, the selflessness of the assembly during the Obasanjo era, remember the allegation of third term. Most of the legislators that killed that idea, allegedly, were still members of the PDP.
Of PDP.
Just imagine that they decided to be loyal to the president, and then allegedly the third term thing was brought to their table. They would have allowed it to go. So that's why we are saying that, look, you could be on the same party, but still ensure that you do things first for national interest.
Thank you. All right, still on Godwin's message. He said he's troubled considering what we experienced with Lawan and Buhari. Frankly, I'm not optimistic. However, I cross my fingers and watch.
You're waiting.
Sandra, I think the vituperation from Senator Bokachua deserves to be touched and discussed. These are fears of most of us concerning our judiciary. Good day, great guys. You know that thing, the audacity though.
And to a great extent, the papers didn't really ventilate that idea, the story, because again, we review stories on the front pages, and we didn't really see it reported that much on the front pages. Really, we are not really talking much about it. I think it's
something that should be looked into.
A major focus.
It should be a major focus because the
weighty allegations.
Yes, and the boldness to come forward and say it in front of millions and millions of people.
People spill a lot of things during valedictory statements.
They're excited. Is it overexcitement?
They're excited. Maybe sober reflection sometimes.
This was not sober. It was a proud reflection.
Really? But we'll talk about it someday.
Good morning, Sandra and FUHAD. Despite the anticipated wild drama that was expected at the National Assembly, it all went successfully. The open ballot in the House of Representatives was akin to skinning a politician alive. That's why you will see someone who says his heart is with another person.
Vote somewhere.
Well, his vote is going to another. They probably don't want to face the consequences of not aligning with the majority. Imagine just it's just 3 votes the other guys had.
No. Again, we have to look at this. Sometimes you're looking at not being ostracized, not being set aside.
Yes, so that's why I said the voting process should also be discussed.
Yeah,
I think it's something that
it should have been secret ballot. Really, that would have given more independence and more.
Yeah, it gives people more confidence to be able to
and more value to
what they want.
But if you I don't know how they
ballot is like,
and that is the first time that was done.
Let's see who will not do it. Oh yeah, talk. And that's why the guy had to say, my heart is with you, but no vex, I beg. This way
my hands are tied.
So continuation of the message. Well, I'm happy the APC finally had their way in the assembly, so there won't be any excuses for them not to perform. I hope and pray that with the legislative arm of government on their side, they will succeed in office. Up next is the ministerial list that's coming in the next coming weeks. We await that.
It will be interesting.
I think the issue of rubber stamp is dicey. I mean, we don't want a confrontational National Assembly either. On the same vein, we don't want an assembly that will be at the whims and caprices of the executive. I hope they get the needed independence that they deserve, even if we know that no institution is independent in this country. The politicians have encroached everywhere. Pelumi Lawrence from Lagos. Yes, every single attempt there. Thank you very much, Pelumi. Let's take some calls. We'll be back to messages in a bit. This is Mainland 98.3 FM, and we are the sound of Lagos. Hello, good morning.
Sandra, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Kangolina.
Good morning, Mr. FUHAD.
Good morning, sir.
You see, what I say that open ballot that they were doing yesterday, that's my foolish thought, Sandra.
I'm with you, sir.
It's me that is talking.
We know.
You know, when you go to somewhere and they give you cola, the person who gave you cola has right to tell you what to do. Something must have happened behind, and they want to see that what they did was actually what transpired. So that's why they told them, please, let's see the people who will now be eat and will not do what we ask them to do. It's me that is talking. So that's what I saw. It has never happened before in Nigeria that you start voting by mouth. What kind of assembly is that? So they don't want to prove that with the cola that they have eaten, they didn't vote otherwise.
Allegedly,
that's my
according to you.
Yes. They start praising. Yes. It shows the political sagacity of the president. It's not true. When somebody is going against the dictates of democracy, people are praising him. What kind of this thing is that? I don't believe that what is happening here is good for democracy. Somebody is trying to pocket everything. Look at what happened in the last dispensation. Mr. FUHAD, that third term you are talking, if Buhari wanted third term, Lawan will give it to him. That's how Nigeria had become. As of then, Lawan was ready to give him third term because there's nothing Buhari will ask and Lawan will not give him. So it was so bad. And now that they have pocketed the legislature again, we are not hoping let it not turn like that. Okay. And they finally, has my time finished?
Yes.
I see how like 30 seconds.
This argument
Finally, this Saraki, I just hope that Saraki led us to the end of Buhari tenure. We will have been suffering this debt situation that we are now. Look at where we are, 77 trillion.
Thank you, Mr. Kangolina. It's okay. It's okay. Thank you so much. We appreciate. All right. Thank you. Let's move on to the next call. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, Mainland FM.
Good morning,
Barrister Bakari.
Good morning to Mr. FUHAD.
Do you still want to speak now, or we should wait for you by 4 p.m.?
Oh no, let me just say a little contribution. Nigerians are overly excited, and I had a contributor who was trying to praise Tinubu for that this is an expression of sagacity. It has always been like this. There's nothing unique about it. We have had by 2019, and the only time it was different was during Saraki. So Nigerians to be patient. It's too early to make praises or sing praise songs. We need a touch in our daily life, and we are yet to get to that level. Whether we are going to get the best from this current state assembly, time will tell. But whether the person of Akpabio can give me the kind of legislative leadership I want, I doubt. Because I know him to always be fit for all purpose kind of person. And I say that with all sense of responsibility. So Nigerians should be patient. It should not be too much in a hurry. We should not be excited yet. It's really nothing to be excited. Look at the effectiveness on the ground. Look at the criminalities that are coming, criminality reports coming up from Buhari segment. Buhari signing a bill without reading through. What kind of precedence, what kind of democracy are we practicing? So I want to urge Nigerians to be patient and let's just observe this and hope that they will deliver democracy the way it should be. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you very much, Barrister Biodun Bakari. We have some messages again on Facebook from Shamsuddin Babatunde Mogaji saying, It's so obvious that many Nigerians are naive about happenings around the country. Imagine the kind of notion that the earlier caller had conceived against Akpabio on the issue of off the mic. That's the same way. That's the same way that they're sharing fake news around without knowledge. The 10th National Assembly leadership will surely support the president in taking this country to a higher level by God's grace. Thank you very much, Shamsuddin. We also have here from Francis Yaji saying, good morning, Mainland FM. Our leaders are not after national interest. They're always after their own interest. Have you ever seen the legislature impeach the executive? The president always lobby and then they do his will. And that's why the president always has his choice. And at the end, every deed. Okay. Thank you very much. That's why we are hoping that, there'll be some sort of turnaround in this 10th National Assembly. While, of course, we don't, just as one of the messages we got, we don't want a confrontational National Assembly. It's always disruptive. Like, no. But we want someone supportive, transparent, and accountable to the interest of the people.
God bless you, Sandra.
That's all. It's okay. For the people. Hello, good morning.
Hey, Sandra, you finally picked my call. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, you have to Papa Gwadi. I'm calling from Sango, as usual. Yeah, we thank God to overcome all the buhaha for the National Assembly. And for our expectation, my only take home is that at the national level, we can now see that the pattern of political architecture in 1960 has more or less changed. I'm saying it is strange because right now, in the 60s, we are having 3 regions. And because of that, some people believe that they are bent to rule. And now we have 6 political then. And like 5 of them, if you look at the pattern of voting, are solidly with the leadership of the National Assembly. And you find out that the zone that believes that is their central, potentially, they are very arrogant in politics, and they want to say they can dictate whatever it happens. And then we are happy that Akpabio eventually emerged. Only the Northwest, that went on their own way, like we said, they have the 7 states, can stay with 21 votes, and they stay with their number, and they can galvanize all they want to use the religion. And all Muslims from Southwest and whatever, for their candidates. And I find that as a fact. And I think that is a big blessing for any region, any zone that wants to produce any national leader. And that's why also Southeast in particular, we know that they have to play the game right and study all the people from other regions. Don't say because you are other than other people, because of the region, because of your style, that you can have anything at the national level like presidency, of the country, of the Senate, of the House of Reps. It's a big lesson to demystify that power of arrogance from the Northwest, and particularly I think all the other ethnic groups learn the big lesson from this and be united. We need unity. Without being united, how can you think that a minority like a Southern can become Senate president? But we need unity. And the unity that comes to the office. Good morning to all of you.
Good morning. Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts this morning. 0913-6000-410. That's the number to call. We'll take 1 or 2 more calls and then wrap things up with a few more messages. You're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM. Don't forget, we're live on Facebook and YouTube. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, Sandra.
Good morning, Alhaji Super.
Thank you. Oh, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you. Yes, I just want to confirm something for us. What transpired yesterday in National Assembly is it is clear, with a novice in politics and somebody who is more versatile in politics. You see, the difference is clear, and that is, Jagaban for you. You understand? That is politics. There must be synergy within the presidency and National Assembly. That is democracy. They're supposed not to be apart, and at the same time, you see, the supremacy of party decision is necessary. Party decision is supreme. The individual agenda. So, and that is what takes place. The election of yesterday is for unity and for the betterness of this particular regime. I wish them a successful tenure. Thank you very much. Nothing more like that. Yeah.
Thank you very much. I appreciate. Hello, good morning.
Hello. Lady Sandra, how are you?
Well, thank you. Good morning, Prince Wise.
Majority FUHAD. Good morning to you all.
Good morning, Prince Wise.
Yeah, this is Prince Wise greeting you from Amuwadofin. Hey, Mr. FUHAD and Sandra, you see the talk of politics yesterday. Just as I said the university of politics is in body law. Just as ago, somebody said me, Lagos politics is not national politics. I said today, the issue Baba was left. The one Baba Asiku left. Tinubu won, I match him perfectly. Look what is going on now. I thank God for everything. And again, look at this in House of Representative voting. It means all the parties, whether you are APC, whether you are a Labour Party, you are PDP, all of them go for best candidates. If I were this former deputy speaker, I would have gender my district before I surrender for my party. Look at that degree, 3/4 the former deputy PC. In fact, Dajabi Amila is supported very good candidate, best candidate. Who's a pan-Nigeria candidate?
Prince Wise, they voted. They voted. The election is over. There's no need for campaigns. So the issue now is, how can we ensure that as they are there now, how can we ensure that they will be accountable to national?
Okay, my beautiful lady, let me say this. They were there now. They must argue every bill, every motion. They must argue, disagree. At the end of the day, you should agree for better Nigeria. It should not be rubber stamp. It should not be problematic assembly, because we have a president who is ready to die for Nigeria now. And I want National Assembly who is ready to work with to move Nigeria forward. As I'm talking to you now,
thank you, Prince.
The president, can I round up?
Yes, please.
The president, this thing, I'm just praying for all of them, for them to succeed, to better the lot of majority of Nigeria. Good morning to you, Friday.
Thank you very much, Prince Wise. Good morning to you as well. Unfortunately, that's the last call that we can take this morning on Mainland Focus. However, by 4 p.m., Okoyemi Akionde will be in the Situation Room, with the focal point being the agenda, setting the agenda for the 10th National Assembly. It's going to be an interesting one. So, stay tuned for that as well. The conversation therefore continues then by 4 p.m. with Okweyemi. Before we wrap up, I have some messages that we can still take. We have good morning. This is Sam from Magodo. The 10th National Assembly is still a wash. I still have a little belief in the speaker than the Senate president. How can an angel checkmate an angel? Opposite. Do we really have opposition parties? If we have, they have the number. So why can't they take over the red and green chambers? There is no inclusiveness in this government yet. But it's not just that, including the right people to deliver and rescue the country in what matters. The day we start following due process to elect and not select leaders, Nigeria will begin to progress. The media, please keep exposing and enlightening people about the state of affairs of the nation. Thank you very much. The president has gotten his desired leaders. There shall be no excuse anymore not to fulfill his campaign promises. We should all support him. Jerry Eruba from Ikeja giving that one. I also have good morning, Sandra and FUHAD. I greet you momentarily. Mr. FUHAD, I like the doggedness of Senator Yari yesterday. This is what I call democracy. Despite his party's choice, he stood his ground because it was within his right. And you can see how he got 46 votes. If not for President Tinubu's involvement, Akpabio would probably have been defeated.
You are taking him to the cleaners, honestly.
Yari lost, but at least he tried.
Gallantly.
He shouldn't be sanctioned for going against party supremacy.
He's a senator-elect now, representing his people.
He's no longer elect, please.
Sorry, he's a senator, sorry. And he's representing his people. So
going against party supremacy, especially when party supremacy didn't favor him. I also like what Akpabio said in his inaugural speech. What happened in the House of Reps for me wasn't an election. It was intimidation, eye service, and fear of being victimized. If they had used the same system in the Senate that he used, Idris Wase would probably had put up a good fight.
What happened there was electoral bubu yaya.
Even the opposition lawmakers followed the APC zoning formula after meeting with the president. Mr. FUHAD, what do you think would have played out? James Ogbonna from Oshodi has said what a lot of people are thinking in their minds. That is why, that Labour Party
I'm not thinking anything.
He said, I said a lot. I didn't say what for. I'm not thinking either. I can't even think. I don't know how to think. But then, it just shows the Labour Party guy's statement. Yeah. It just says a lot about
for people who can
what would have played out.
Contextually, you can, of course, yeah.
If they didn't have the open ballot.
That's it.
That was the game changer.
Maybe he would have made a different choice.
It would have made a different. He said
if
his
it was
heart.
Secret ballot.
He said his heart. He would have followed his heart, or he may have followed his heart if it was secret ballot. But he had to follow.
But if I'm one of his constituents, I'm going to ask him. But if you can't follow your heart, how then do you represent us properly?
Thankfully, you are not one of his constituents.
That's the problem.
All right, that's it we can take this morning. Thank you very much, SAHEED FUHAD. We'll be back by 9:45 for Global View, where we'll be talking the top 3 trending stories on the international scene. Thank you to everyone who was a part of the show via Facebook and YouTube. We appreciate you. Thank you very much. And also for those who called and sent text messages, or everyone who was a part of the show, generally speaking. And before I go, I know I've taken some time already, but we have 6 geopolitical zones. Very, very important. We have the North Central, comprising or consisting of Benue, Kogi, Kwara, Nasarawa, Niger, and Plateau, as well as Federal Capital Territory FCT. We have Northeast, Adamawa, Bauchi, Borno, Gombe, Taraba, and Yobe. We have Northwest, Jigawa, Kaduna, Kano, Katsina, Kebbi, Sokoto, and Zamfara. That's the
only one with 7 states.
Kardashian states. We have Southeast, Abia, Anambra, Ebonyi, Enugu, Imo.
With 5.
Yeah, with just 5. That's the smallest composition. We have the South, which is also known as the Niger Delta region, with Akwa Ibom, Bayelsa, Cross River, Delta, Edo, and Rivers. And then finally, we have the Southwest, which has Ekiti, Lagos, Ogun, Ondo, Osun, and Oyo states. So that is the composition of the list of geopolitical zones that we have in the country. So if we just say North and South, then there'll be a lot of misunderstandings there. That's why that's why there's the breakdown. All right, that's all for today's history lesson, or today's constitutional lessons. All right, I will take a short break. We'll be back by 9:45. Please stay tuned.